Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm so happy to be here. And if this is your first time seeing me on live, if this is your first time to my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, welcome. I'm Corrine Wright. I am an accountant and I own Base Accounting Consulting Services, where we serve small businesses, mompreneurs, and entrepreneurs, and also individuals as well. And we definitely try to help everyone understand what they need to understand for their business or for their personal life. So we try to take the overwhelm out of everything and try to make it easy because whatever you are and whoever you are, accounting might not be your strong suit. It is mine because I went to school for this. I love it. I sleep and eat accounting basically. But so welcome to this week's live stream. And today we're going to dive into a topic that can save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. So it's avoiding common tax filing mistakes. So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, tax season can feel overwhelming, but a little preparation and some smart strategies, it doesn't have to be. So let's talk about some real life scenarios, and we're going to get some actionable tips to help you navigate tax season smoothly. It's here, guys. As you guys know, tax filing season is here. It started as soon as Christmas was over, basically, the New Year's and that ball drop. Tax season started. So I want to share a story about one of my clients, Claire, a mompreneur running a thriving home bakery business. Claire is passionate about her craft, but found bookkeeping and taxes daunting. Like, think about anything that's daunting. If this is one of them, that's just overwhelming. And it could be the most easiest thing, but it just, for me, it comes natural, it's easy, but then it just sometimes for people, it could be it can be paralyzing sometimes. So last year, as tax season approached, she realized she made few common mistakes. She didn't properly track her expenses. She missed out on deductions she was eligible for and underestimated her tax payments. So this led to unexpected penalties and a lot of stress. So we worked together to untangle her financial records, and the transformation was incredible. By keeping her records, she was able to understand and stay organized throughout the year. Claire not only avoided penalties, but also discovered deductions that boosted her bottom line. Now, she approached tax season with more confidence, knowing her books are in order. It's like she's calling me right now for an appointment, and so she could be ready to file her taxes and to see how good she did throughout the year with making her tax payments. Is she going to be able to go in her tax account that she has put money aside? Is she going to be able to take some money now and put it back in her business, or maybe gift herself something? We don't know. So that's where her whole thing is. I want to see, for her, she wants to see how she's going to, how good she did during the year. Is she going to get like a little bit of refund? How much is she still going to have to owe? So this is going to be her time. It's like a game for her now. It turned into something fun. So here's how you can avoid mistakes like Claire. You can track your expenses. You can use bookkeeping software or even simple spreadsheets to categorize expenses throughout the year. You know me, guys, bookkeeping software automates it way easier. Spreadsheets, like I said, can do that, but that takes a little bit more work and probably more time. But bookkeeping software will automate this, make it easier. And as 1, 2, 3, really? So next thing is know your deductions. So familiar yourself with deductions for home offices, mileage, and business supplies. Know those deductions. Be familiar with those and everything. Also, stay ahead of deadlines. So file your taxes on time to avoid penalties. Considering hiring Base Accounting Consulting Services or any other tax professional if you're unsure. So the key is preparation. So don't let small mistakes snowball into big problems. You want to take charge of your finances now, and tax filing season will be a breeze. As always, I always want to thank you all, but before I head off, I do have a few questions. If you have any questions in the chat, let me know, and we'll go through. But we did have some text message. We did have some questions come through already in our inbox. So one of the questions is, what is the most common tax filing mistake small business owners make? So one of the most common mistakes is not keeping accurate records of income and expenses. This can lead to missed deductions or even audits. So keeping your bookkeeping up to date throughout the year is the best way to avoid this. And when I say this, I worked in a school district many, many years ago. And the best thing about working in the business department for the school district, they get audited all the time in the schools. Any nonprofit, they do get a lot more audits. So they were very prepared. Like there was, every time we spent something in the school, there were backup documents, receipts, POs. It was a whole lot of things. So you want to keep that same momentum in the business. So when you're spending things, you want to make sure you have it all put away. And then the thing I like about, and this is why I like nonprofit accounting. It's also called funds accounting, where they are very particular on where they spend their money. So like in the schools, we could only use a certain account to pay for certain things, right? So that's what I kind of like, and I always like to bring that to my clients. It's make sure we're going to be first paying for anything throughout the year. Let's keep it to one bank account or create different checking accounts in that one bank account for certain things, but you want to keep it in one place because it's a nightmare. We are going through one of those at the moment where it's like our client spent money in so many different places, and now it's to go back to try to get those records because they are being audited. It's a lot harder. So it's easier to just keep it in one place. Keep it in one place. Create a habit to have your receipts, have everything. If it's digitized, keep it digitized. But the thing I like about QuickBooks is also we are able to scan documents and put it right in the right with the transaction. So it's sitting right there. So when we do get an audit or anything like that, we can just go and print whatever we need, and it's already line by line. It's going by line. And then another thing we do when we use our Intuit is that we actually use the QuickBooks General Ledger. And what we do is we're able to map it directly to the tax return. So when it comes down to that, we get audited, we're going line by line. So that's what you want to make sure. It's just keep great records. You want your records squeaky clean, because if anything ever happens, you're never here. If you're not here, say your business is making $1 million, right? And then you're not here, or something happens, or somebody in the family, your kids or your husband or whoever has to go in and get this information for you and take care of this. You want to have it so it's so easy for them to just be able to grab it and give it to whoever they need to. There is no need to have a whole web of your records. Like it's all over the place. It's tangled up. You don't know which way's which. It's a whole maze. You don't want to do that. The next question I have, are there specific deductions that home-based business or owners often overlook? Yes. This happens all the time. So home-based business owners frequently miss deductions like home office expense, and this includes internet, phone usage, and even a portion of utilities, like even down to like your security system, landscaping, like repair and maintenance. Those are things that they're missing out on because they're not thinking like that. Like you're not thinking, oh, I just fixed the plumbing and the whatever, and I have an office bathroom. Like you're not thinking like that stuff. So those are things that they overlook sometimes. So to qualify, the space must be used exclusively for business purpose. So keep good records to back up your claims when you're doing these home office, but it has to be exclusively for the business purposes. Like this is my home office. Nothing else is happening in this home office besides maybe toys around the place because the kids don't leave my office. They don't leave me, period. But that's basically it. But this is the office that things go down. Like when the IRS comes into this office, they're going to see that this is a real exclusive office. There's nothing happening but office. We're not having dinner in here. We're not having, we're not doing certain things like that. You know, we're not having people sleeping in here. It's exclusively just for the business. So that's what you want to do as well. Next question I have. Any other questions? Chat? Anybody? No? All right. If you do have any questions and you are a little bit I guess shy to put it up in the comments, just send it to me and I'll answer your question. Either in the comments, I can answer it, or I'll just PM you and answer it personally. Okay. So don't fret. Okay. Next question I have is, how can I ensure I don't miss any deadlines during tax season? So this is simple. ChatGPT, everybody knows, like not even using Google anymore, but you can use ChatGPT, Google, or whatever, but use a tax calendar to mark important deadlines. So if you have recurring tax obligations, set reminders a few weeks in advance. working with a tax professional can also help you stay on track to avoid late filing penalties. So another thing I'm going to say is, I'm sorry to pitch this, join my newsletter, join my mailing list, because I send these out all the time. Like these deadlines are coming about. We always send this out I think we send out a lot of emails. I think weekly and even monthly in our newsletter, we definitely break down when the next deadlines are coming. So you might want to just hop on my website and go in there, and you'll be able to see you'll be able to get all of our like good stuff, like all the new things happening. We were sending out BOI reminders as well. So just join our newsletter and stay abreast. But using the tax calendar, I would also use a tax calendar. And if you have a project management system that you're using, like ClickUp or anything, put that also in your ClickUp to remind you. And then in your description and whatever project management, explain exactly what it is. I want you to explain everything. If you are working by yourself in your business, always treat this business like it's a big business and that you're working by yourself, but you need to be able to get it all out your head. So you can always down the line outsource it. Because I'm an outsource queen. I like to outsource everything because that what makes my life easier, is making it easier by delegating. I can't delegate to these children, but I can delegate to other people very easier. But that's it for today, and I love that everyone came in, and this is definitely our first live for the year. Couldn't do it last week, because I don't know, there was something going on, and everybody be mindful. There's some virus going around, but I know last week I was not gonna be able to come on here. It was a hectic 2 weeks with them kids at home, but this is my first one, and I continue to want to come on here and share what I have. It's going to be a busy year, busy tax season. We have a new president. New things are going to change, so tax laws are going to change. They already have changed a lot of things already. For all my mommies and daddies and parents out there that have children on payroll, this is a reminder to increase their salary. It went from $14,600 to $15,000 this year. So don't forget to contact your payroll company to increase the baby's salaries. So they did get that increase. They got a raise. At least somebody's in this office is getting a raise, right? But this is wonderful. So don't let these small mistakes, like I said, snowball into bigger problems. Take charge of your finances now, and tax season will always be a breeze. If you do these three things, definitely will be a breeze. It still might come up with a little bit of like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, or it's just a lot, but let's get those things out the way so it can be a lot easier to swallow if you owe or not owe, whatever. Okay. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and feel free to drop your questions in the comments, email me, PM me, but let's make this tax filing season stress-free together. Bye.